2022 has officially come to a close. That means it's time to step back and reflect on the year that we just had and all of our accomplishments, as well as time to look ahead at what 2023 is going to hold for us. I'm going to be going over a lot of different information in this video involving all three shows and the brand itself. We appreciate you so much for stopping by. Let's get into it. 2022 was an absolutely insane year, to say the least, when it comes to the brand of SparkE3 and everything that we were able to accomplish. Coming into the year, we only had a few goals in place. Number one, obviously, is just to stay on schedule. Keep growing our brand, keep growing the shows, stay on track, weekly shows, knock out the shows, have a great time. ATFS went to video. That's cool. All three shows are in video format. That's awesome. Stay on track, stay on schedule. And for the most part, we did that. And that's something to be proud of on its own, is to stay on a schedule, because that's one of the hardest things in starting content creation. And even when you get established in content creation, it can be a very hard thing to do, to stay on schedule. So that was the first thing that I want to praise with not only myself, but obviously the boys especially. They deserve so much more praise than me for being part of this whole thing and helping me run this whole thing and helping make the shows happen. So shout out to all the boys for being able to stay on schedule. We launched a website in January, SparkE3.com. You can sign up for free. You sign up $5 a month. We'd appreciate that extra support. We launched a merch store, SparkE3shop.com. Those three things alone, I feel like already made the year. That's super cool that we were able to accomplish those things. We launched our Discord that you can join, link down in the description below. Shout out to everyone that's been joining the Discord. I appreciate you. We partnered up with Rogue Energy, and shout out to everyone that's supporting us buying Rogue. I see the emails. I get the emails whenever someone uses the referral link or someone uses our promo code. Thank you. We thank you so much for that you're supporting us through Rogue and checking out our content, everything of the sort. We had SparkE3shop.com, which is, our, what we call like the great value version of our merch. And then we were so honored and blessed to be partnered up with Agent Inc. to launch an absolutely insane merch store with some super cool jerseys. Definitely go pick that up. Use the link down below. We'd appreciate that support. And then it just happened in October recently, but let's not forget we launched this freaking studio. Like, how absolutely sick is this thing, right? Like, let me back out here. Like, this is something that I don't personally feel like I deserve, but I'm so thankful for it. The boys deserve it so much more than me, and I'm so thankful that this was actually able to happen. Shout out to Buddy Green with Quality Construction for working with me throughout this whole process to make this dream a reality, because this is actually, it's still baffling now months later. So much was able to happen in 2022, and it's just mind-blowing to me that we were able to get as far as we did, and it just makes me so much more excited to see where 2023 is here to come. Because also with 2022, one very important factor is we grew the team. Shout out to Ricky and Jacob for joining the shows and being part of the brand and helping the brand grow. And really, again, shout out to all the boys. Shout out to Zach, John, Shane, Ricky, Jacob. Shout out to Josh, shout out to Jared, shout out to Tyler when he was still part of the brand. Shout out to all the boys that has been part of this thing to make this happen. And of course, shout out to you. Shout out to anyone that's watching this content and supporting us every single week. Stop by just to say hello, just stopping by for a few minutes. It doesn't matter. You're not hurting my feelings. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate the shit out of you for that. Shout out to everyone that's in the Discord. Shout out to, Chad becoming one of our first guest callers on ATFS here recently. Shout out to everyone. Seriously, thank you. You're making this possible just as the boys. There's a lot of things that I run and handle, yes, but all of this would not be possible without the boys. All of this would not be possible without you. You guys are all the most important aspects to SparkE3 and this channel and it being where it is. And I cannot thank you guys enough. But of course, with 2023, it's time to set new goals. It's time to look ahead and see what we have planned and what we want to accomplish throughout this year. There's a lot of things that I had lined up for 2023, and I'm going to work my damnedest to make sure everything happens. So I'm going to break it down into multiple categories here. I'm going to break it down first into the three separate shows. There's not a lot of information per show, but there's a lot more information towards the end half of this video with SparkE3 and some other cool little announcements here at the end. So we're going to kick things off with AniMan Plus. With AniMan Plus, of course, it just started live streaming here recently, and that's super cool. We're literally 2 weeks away from celebrating episode 100. Normally, for episode 50s and 100s, we've always done something special. You know, for AniMan Plus 50, we did our top 50 anime, manga, webtoon fights of all time, which was a really fun episode to record. Episode 100, not going to do anything special for the episode itself. Well, technically, we're going to be talking about the kickoff for the upcoming winter anime season, so that's a cool way to kick off episode 100, right? But we do have something special planned to celebrate hitting 100 episodes. It's a pretty tall task. I've already talked to the boys about it. We're really excited. We're really excited to form this list and put it out there. We're going to rank the top 100 series of all time, and that's something that we're really excited for. It's a very ambitious project, and there's going to be a lot of people involved with it outside of me and Zach, and we're super excited to get to work on it here soon. I wish I would have thought this idea months ago, because we could have lined it up with 100, but unfortunately I thought of it like the beginning of December, so we're a little low. We're kind of slow getting the ball rolling on it, but either way, keep an eye out for that video. It's going to be super cool. I cannot wait for it. And then the other thing to note with AniMan Plus, it's pretty sweet, is we may have a new co-host soon, which is really wild to me, because like after Josh had to leave the show due to personal reasons, me and Zach were convinced that it would just permanently be me and him forever, because just the what we do for AniMan Plus, the amount of series that we read, the amount of shows that we watch every single week, every anime season, we didn't think there would be anyone crazy enough to want to join that show in, you know, a weekly capacity. But someone did approach me recently about the prospect of it, and we talked about it more, and we think it should be happening. So keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be super cool to get him on the show to chat anime and manga with us every single week. Next up, let's hit Gamesthetic. So, of course, with Gamesthetic, we just hit episode 115, where we ranked the top 10 games of the year. This is going to be a new annual event that we're going to do at the end of the year, every year. And we hope to expand on it for this upcoming year. We'll see if we do, where it's almost like our own Game Awards show, where it's not just the top 10 games of the year, where we have multiple categories where we rank games and that we played throughout the year. But either way, that's something super exciting to look out for. Other than that, the only other major thing to talk about with Gamesthetic is the fact that we may get another co-host, which is cool. Gamesthetic is a show that I've always wanted to just continue to grow and grow and grow with the people that's on the show. Just more conversations, more opinions, more, arguments, whatever. Like, that's something that I really want for Gamesthetic, as well as a terrible football show. So having a new co-host here soon is actually really exciting. And then also with Gamesthetic, I mean, this is going to be an insane year for this show. There's so much that we plan to do and play, right here at the beginning. Like here just in January, we have One Piece Odyssey, Fire Emblem Engage, Forspoken, Dead Space comes out this month, I believe. The next month we have Hogwarts Legacy, we have Like a Dragon Ishin, something else was next month, I'm drawing a blank on what. There was something in March, of course, Zelda and Suicide Squad in May, and it just keeps going from there, man. We have Starfield coming out this year. We have Final Fantasy 16 in June. So many other titles coming out. Resident Evil 4, that one I think was March. So many other titles coming out. Like, with me back-to-back games for the most part. We're going to be reviewing pretty much all of the major releases that come out this year, which is super cool and super exciting. I'm really pumped to see what the end of the year for the top 10 game of the year look like. That's going to be while we feel like the list that we did for 2022 wasn't that bad, it was actually one of the easier lists that we've ever done. I feel like this year's list for top 10 game of the year, I feel like it's going to be a pretty hard one. Another thing that we are looking at for Gamesthetic is we're looking at doing game nights. Live stream us just playing whatever games, whether if it be, single player games, it's an RPG where we all kind of make the decisions for a character, or just fun party multiplayer games like Mario Party or Smash or whatever on Nintendo, since they're the home of party games, and just really whatever else we want to play. That is something that we are looking at and exploring. We just got to find the time for it. Outside of all the content that we do, me doing 3 shows, Zach doing 2, we all have jobs outside of this, so it is pretty tough. We all have lives and stuff, but that is something that we want to do. Probably won't be a weekly thing. We might look at bi-weekly, might look at monthly, may look at bi-weekly and switching out who does it for that week. So, it's only like, I'm only doing it once a month, Zach's only doing it for once a month. That's something that we're all going to talk about and continue to explore, but game nights is something that's definitely on the table. It's something to watch out for here in the near future. And then, of course, next up is a terrible football show. So the first thing about A Terrible Football Show that I want to shout out is, of course, the draft special is once again happening. It's locked in. There's no reason why it's not going to happen. That was one of our best shows from 2022, and we 100% plan to do it. As well as doing a lot of mock drafts leading up to the draft. Make sure to sign up to the website, SparkE3.com. You can sign up for free or $5 a month, either or, and you'll get access to our mock drafts and our thoughts on what's coming up for this draft. Lots of free agency coverage. We're going to be covering some XFL as well. We're all pretty excited for that one, honestly. And then another thing that we're looking at, we hope to be able to do, is we're planning on doing a Super Bowl watch-along on Sunday. So you can come in, chat with us throughout the whole Super Bowl. All the boys should be here. So that's something to look forward to if we end up locking it in. But the draft is 100% locked in. That is happening. I'm so thankful and proud of how this show turned out for this season. Adding Ricky and adding Jacob were just incredible additions to that show and just made the show better every single week. And I'm so thankful for Shane and the work that he does on it as well. We have been able to really put on a really incredible season. Like each season of this show, from season 1 to 2, like we just keep getting better. And I'm looking forward to seeing that happen with season 3 as well. Just seeing how much further that we can go with this show. Season 3, of course, will be kicking off here soon, pretty much right after the Super Bowl kicks off season 3, where we immediately jump into free agency and mock drafts and XFL and everything leading up to the regular season. For A Terrible Football Show, we should also still be taking a break throughout the summer that we did last year. That's just a time period. It's a good break for all of us to recharge, especially me, since I am doing the other shows. Plus, there's not a whole lot going on. We may put out one episode in June, one in July, similar to what we did last year. Other than that, we're not going to be doing weekly shows come pretty much right after the draft. It will no longer be weekly shows. Taking a little break until I think August 1st. We'll be back on for weekly shows every single Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Next up, let's talk about SparkE3 itself, the brand. There's a lot of information here that affects all three of our shows, as well as other ventures outside of the 3 shows. There's a lot of information here. Let's get into it. So the first one is one of the most obvious things that we should have already been doing. We are going to be starting having a TikTok presence here soon. You can go follow us over TikTok at SparkE3 Official. The link's down in the description below as well. That's something we should have already been doing, and I apologize that we haven't been doing it yet. We are going to be starting that very soon, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Other than that, other things involving the 3 shows is we're going to be focusing more on doing cut-up clips of the episodes. Once again, we used to do that once upon a time, and that is going to be especially focused with Gamesthetic. I want to be able to take time to cut up the game reviews that we do, especially with how many that we're doing throughout this year, and really allow those to be standalone videos as well as involved with the episode. So that way our reviews are kind of archived in a way. So it's not like, oh, well, go dig up this episode and go to this point when we start talking about this game. I want to be able to have those more archived a little bit better so anyone can go back and hear our thoughts on a game. Because there's games going back, when we were still just regular audio format, no video at all, not even an upload on YouTube, where there's game reviews there that I wish could still be available to easy access today just because of whatever the opinion was on said game. So it's definitely something that we're going to look at for all 3 shows, but Gamesthetic especially. The other thing that we're going to be starting here soon, it was actually already supposed to happen, but we pushed it back just for money reasons. We were going to start this whenever we revealed the studio and we revealed our Agent Inc. store, is that we're going to be starting multi-streaming here soon. Really, really excited for that one. We've already got everything kind of lined up for multi-streaming to start probably sometime this month. So here soon, we'll be live at like SparkE3 YouTube, the show's YouTube. All 3 shows have their own individual YouTube. You can check them out down in the description below, as well as Twitch, Twitter, and maybe Facebook. We haven't decided yet. And then eventually we want to also stream on TikTok, but we do have to reach a certain follower count. So yeah, if you could go follow our TikTok, we'd appreciate that. But really excited for multi-streaming and just continuing to grow the 3 shows and bring in an even wider audience. Very excited for that to come. It's going to be starting, like I said, probably here sometime in January. So that's actually super, super cool. Okay, now getting away from news that affects all 3 shows, let's get to some other stuff. SparkE is something that we 100% are planning on doing, I promise. We were actually supposed to do a really big episode just this past month in December. I got the flu and it just didn't end up happening. So that SparkE is 100% coming back. That's locked in. It's going to happen. Talking about movies and stuff, We'll see. I've always said that is the finest example of a side project. We'll see when that comes back. I'm not calling it dead yet. It is still something that we want to be able to use as a platform for various shows and movies that we really want to talk about. But we're so focused on everything else going on, it has gotten really shafted. But SparkE, that is something that is 100% set to come back here sometime in the near future. Something else to watch out for, and I wanted to announce it now because it seems like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Is that there are 2 new shows potentially coming out of SparkE3, led by my guy Shane over ATFS. So just keep an eye out for that. You can go follow him at Twitter. It's down in the description below, or just follow me, follow SparkE3 Twitter. All of that will be linked down below for you, and a nice list of links for you to check out. We'd appreciate if you checked out every single one. But that's just something to watch for, is that we may have 2 new shows coming out of SparkE3 here in the very near future. So that's going to be super cool if that ends up happening. And then let's finish things up with 2 last announcements, and these are both huge announcements for me personally, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. And the first one that I'm going to talk about here, I've already went through the process and already have laid the groundwork for this years ago. And just due to various reasons that I will 100% get into with this project, you will know why it got put to the side for so long here soon. Is I want to get back into more charity efforts. I've been involved with some charity efforts before with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. If you don't know me and you're watching this perhaps for the first time, one thing to kind of note about me is that, I have been impacted by suicide just as much as many people. My mother committed suicide in 2015. And since then, I made it one of my missions to get involved with AFSP and work with them and work with my local charter. I've been involved with multiple, out of darkness walks, and I've talked to the people, at the charter here locally to me, and I've been involved before with a charity group, and that is something that I'm wanting to get back involved with here in 2023. With that, the charity group that I've created is called Team Legacy. Legacy being a lifestyle. It's an acronym. It's not just a word. It's a lifestyle to me. Legacy to me means live earnestly, generously, admirably, compassionately, and youthfully. That is Team Legacy to me, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, but I'm not as vocal about as I should be. And I want to get back to being as vocal as I was once upon a time when it comes to my beliefs in, the AFSP and just working with different charities involving this, because it is very near and dear to my heart. And that's something that I'm really excited to kind of get back to work on this year. I've made a separate YouTube channel for Team Legacy. I'll link it down below if you want to go subscribe to it. While it is under the SparkE3 brand and the SparkE3 umbrella, I wanted to keep it separate from the SparkE3 channel, because SparkE3, the name, E3, entertainment, excitement every day. This is supposed to be like a mental vacation for you. So I didn't want to involve all of the things that are going to come out of Team Legacy, just the real talks, and bring that over to SparkE3. It's still under the umbrella. It'll be on our website as well. But I did want to have it as its own separate YouTube channel. With that, I'm going to be launching another podcast. It's one that I launched once upon a time, and it just lost its focus, and you can't find it anymore. I have since deleted the RSS feed, and no episodes are out there anymore. Thank God. That show just lost its focus, man. It had a few episodes throughout its 20-episode run that were really, really good and spoke to what the show was meant to represent. And it, like I said, it just lost its focus. And that show is Real Talk, though. The Real Talk, though, will be uploaded over at the Team Legacy YouTube channel. And that is not going to be on any sort of schedule. It's going to be, as the name says, it's going to be real talks, man, with me and others opening up about, mental health, because that is something that I feel like everyone should really take a focus on, is mental health. And, I'm really just anxiously excited to start recording for Real Talk, though. Telling other people's stories, and a mental health diaries is something that I've always floated the name with, of just following people's journey of where they got from point A to point B, myself included. So Team Legacy, Real Talk, though, those are things that are very near and dear to me, and I want to pay them with the most respect that they deserve. I'm not going to rush anything, because I want it to be perfect. I want it to hit the vision that I have. And if you guys would, subscribe to that channel, I will be immensely grateful to follow this journey. I can't wait to start working with the AFSP again, starting this year, and get involved with more Out of Darkness walks. And it's going to be a fun journey. There's a lot that we can do. There's a lot that we can do to try to help people when they're in those, those dark times. Because I've been there. I'm sure you have as well, watching. So I feel like this is a cause that we can all jump on board with. So would definitely appreciate if you go check out that YouTube channel. Just drop it a quick subscribe, and I'll post more updates over at my Twitter at AlexLight23 here in the near future, giving you updates on what is to come with Team Legacy and Real Talk though. And the last announcement. This is one that I am so nervous about announcing, but it's one of those things that I really want to hold my feet to the fire. I want to put it out into the world to everyone listening, to everyone watching, that, hey, this is a thing, and I'm going to make it happen. So for literally the last 10 years of my life, I have been writing an original series. I view it as like an anime or a manga. That is the format that I go for. As a hardcore anime manga fan myself, and I've been writing it for so long and have never made any real progress on getting it out into the world. And one of my personal big goals for 2023 is to end that cycle of just working on it with nothing to show for it. So I want to officially announce that SparkE3 is writing a brand new series called Tsuneo. Tsuneo is going to be a huge, epic shonen adventure. Anything that you would see with really great in-depth characters from like a Full Metal or a Naruto or a One Piece or anything of the sort. It's going to have that. It's going to have those huge overarching stories like the 3 series that I just named, incredible action like from a Dragon Ball, a One Piece, a Naruto, and more. Hitman Reborn is also a series that has great characters. All of that. Picture everything involving the greatest aspects of some of your favorite series, and I promise you it's probably going to be involved with Tsuneo in some form or fashion. Even if it's outside of shonen, there are aspects from other series that I've adopted, and just like, let's see what we can do to make this original and kind of grow on it. Tsuneo is something that is so near and dear to me, just like Team Legacy and Real Talk though. So this is something that I'm going to be really taking my time on. My projected release for the first chapter is going to be January of 2024. I want to spend this year kind of generating some hype and writing it, and then in January I will be releasing the series on our website, SparkE3.com, and it will probably be in other places as well. The series will start as a novel, like a web novel is the initial start, but I do plan on having art commissioned, and I plan on having various maybe manga pages commissioned as well for cool moments or scenes. But the ultimate end goal, of course, is for this to be a manga. That is the goal. It's just going to take time to get there, and I have to be patient with that. And I would ask that you guys be patient with it as well. So hopefully you guys will be interested in this as more to come. I don't want to reveal too much right now, so just put it in your head that, oh, this is happening, and just wait and see. Wait and see once I start releasing, images of the characters, or, more plot synopsis on how this series is going to go. Just keep it in your mind that, hey, this is happening. Alex is going to do this one way or another, and just trust in me that it's going to be pretty cool. I'm super excited to start releasing stuff for Tsuneo. Like I said, the official first chapter will start releasing in January 2024, launching on our website, SparkE3.com, as well as probably web novel as well. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But shout out to everyone that's been involved with Tsuneo over the years, helping me write it and helping come up with different plot points and characters and stuff. You guys are awesome, and I'm really excited to show the world exactly what we've been working on. This is going to be, really more my project more than anything else, but I want it to be part of SparkE3, of course. I want to continue to create content in all forms outside of podcasting, more videos, Tsuneo, the charity stuff. There's so many other things that I want to do to, just further just create, help, whatever the word may be, entertain, excitement, whatever. All of that is stuff that I really am very passionate about and want to continue to do going into 2023. And going over this video, there's a lot of things that I laid out that we want to accomplish, but with what we did in 2022, 2023 should be a breeze. We'll get through it. We're going to have an incredible year, and I cannot wait. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. If this happens to be the first video of SparkE3 you've ever watched, okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you so much. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, be a friend, tell a friend, and just get excited for 2023, man. Comment down below some of your goals. Let's encourage each other. Let's work together on making our goals a reality. Don't let your memes be dreams. You know, follow your dreams. Just make the leap. If you want to start a podcast, start a podcast. You want to start doing videos, start doing videos. You want to start streaming, start streaming. Just do it. Let's just have an incredible year. Let's crush our goals. You know, let's again look back at 2022, where we can improve, where we can get better, what we did accomplish, be proud of what we accomplished. Let's just have an awesome 2023. Shout out to all the boys. Shout out to you. Until next time, guys, have a good one. See ya.